You have to remember that this is your life. This is your destiny. This is your reality. And if you are continuing to follow the blueprint of somebody else's expectations or beliefs, then you have to ask yourself, am I truly living for myself, or am I living for the people around me? Do my makeup with me as I explain to you why it's so difficult for you to be yourself. From the very beginning, when we were young kids, and this goes back to when we were born, up until around the age 11 or 12 years old, what happens is our mind starts to absorb everything around us, right? So we start to go through experiences, we have events that cause very emotional and deep emotions within our mind and our existence. So we create beliefs and narratives based on what we experience as children. This is why it's very important to work and do the inner healing so that you can discover who your true self is. Because what happens is over time, society, family, and people who are around us, they share their belief system with us. And what happens is that belief system that isn't necessarily your belief system gets ingrained into your belief system without your consent. And as adults, it's so difficult for us to be ourselves because the truth is we don't even know who we are. It's difficult for us to even discover who we are under all of these beliefs. Now, how can you be yourself? How can you actually start to embody more of that real version of you, that authentic you? Our subconscious mind is our inner child. And let me explain what I mean by that. So our subconscious mind, because it's been fully formulated from the age 0 to 11 or 12 years old, this means that our subconscious mind is in fact our inner child. So what happens is when you start to connect with your inner child, when you start to do the things that you loved when you were a child, and you start to do the things that made you happy as a child, you start to uncover the beliefs that are actually within you that you need to work on. For example, if you suffer from self-doubt, okay, this is connected with why you can't be yourself. Just stay with me. So if for some reason you suffer with a lot of self-doubt where you doubt all the actions you take, you doubt what you say, you doubt what you think, you doubt where you go, you doubt where you are, you doubt everything often, and you start to do the things that make you happy as when you were a child. For example, let's say you were really into art and you start to just connect with that. What will happen is that will work with that self-doubt and turn that self-doubt into confidence. You'll start to embody how creating art actually makes you feel, which will make you feel happier, which will make you feel more confident in you doing things that make you happy. So the more that you embody your inner child, the more that you do things that your inner child likes, that you did when you were a child, what will happen is your subconscious mind will start to rewire itself to look more for opportunities and activities that your inner child enjoys. So when you start to embody more of that inner child, you start to connect more with your true self. And your true self is your inner child. Think about it. We're all grown up, right? But the truth is our mind, again, like I just mentioned, is our inner child because it was fully formulated from when we were young kids. So we're not really as old as we feel we are. We just think we are because our body obviously changes and our materialistic physics changes. Okay, but the mind is in fact connected to your inner child. You following with me? So this is why you really want to connect with your inner child. Your inner child is you. You are your inner child. You are a child in a grown-up body. So do more of what makes you genuinely happy. do more of what makes you smile, what makes you lose track of time, what makes you feel like just you're being yourself, whatever that is for you. Whether it's art, whether it's makeup, whether it's working on a car, whether it's going out and seeking adventure, maybe it's nature, maybe it's the beach, maybe you have a great memory of when you were a child with your family and you went to the beach often. That might start to remind you of the things that you enjoyed. So this lip stain, I have to be real careful, so give me one moment. I actually love this lip stain. I got this somewhere at a random market here in Bali. It's kind of like a 7-Eleven and it works so good. I use it for my lips and for my cheeks and it's amazing. So anyway, what I was saying is connect more with what you used to do when you were a kid, okay? This will embody the version of who you are truly deep down at your core, okay? You aren't this shy person that you think you are. You aren't this introverted person that you think you are. You aren't this quiet person that you think you are. You have just been programmed to think that you're that, because they're just narratives that you've been repeating within your mind. But if there's something that maybe you've always wanted to do and you don't have the courage to do it, whether it's asking somebody out or just taking a solo trip somewhere or doing something that's been kind of calling for you to do in a while and you've yet to do it because of fear, the reason why you fear it is because you know you're capable of it. You haven't pulled the trigger. You following me? So once you pull that, and once you say and commit to that goal, everything starts to align. You start to embody your authentic self. You start to become the person that you were actually born to be. When you're born, you have a blueprint. You have a reason why you're here. You have a goal. You have a mission. And when we grow up, we get distracted from this vision, from this mission, from this purpose because of all of the beliefs that we think we need to focus on. How many times have you followed a job because you thought it's what you needed to do, and then you get that job and then you realize this is actually something I hate? How many times have you worked a relationship out with someone because everyone around you thought that person was actually good for you, or everybody around you actually liked that person for you, but deep down within you, you knew that person wasn't for you? You get what I'm saying? Like, you need to start doing things that are good for you, that make you feel good, versus what anyone else thinks, what anyone else says, or what anyone else feels. You have to remember that this is your life. This is your destiny. This is your reality. And if you are continuing to follow the blueprint of somebody else's expectations or beliefs, then you have to ask yourself, am I truly living for myself, or am I living for the people around me? Because sometimes we want the world to change and we want things to change and we want people to change. But if we're not doing the inner work and if we're not actually changing ourselves, how can we expect to see any different results? How can we expect to see anything different? It's gonna be this cycle, and it's never going to end until you actually step out for a moment and do some reflection. And in the beginning stages, it's definitely not going to be easy, and it's definitely hard work, and it's going to feel scary and it's going to feel uncomfortable, because, by the way, I found this hack on TikTok. Let me just put you on game, because this right here has changed everything for me. Look at that. Look at that cut. Look at that. Gotta love TikTok sometimes. It's amazing. So, as I was saying, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's gonna feel a little scary, but you just have to go for it, because You don't know if tomorrow will be here. You don't know what your plans are tomorrow. I mean, you might think you know because you have something in the calendar or the schedule, but it's not real. Something can happen at any moment, and then bam, that's it. That's a wrap. You never got the chance to do what you wanted. You lived the life that everybody basically created for you because you couldn't create your own, or didn't choose to create your own. I take that back, because it's all choices. Every single day we wake up and we choose what we want to eat, we choose what we want to wear, we choose the personality and the behavior that we want to be like every day. And if we're not changing that, we are choosing to stay the same. We are choosing for everything to be what we want it to be. We are the creators of our life, okay? God is the creator of all, but he created us to create. You following me? God is here. God is us. And if you are not being authentic with your truth and following your path, that's not living in alignment with who you're meant to be as a creator. You have choices every single day. We are meant to create. We are meant to live this beautiful life according to what feels good for us. So I hope that you take something from this, because there's a reason why this video found you. There's a reason why you're here. And if you feel like you haven't been able to be yourself, or maybe you just struggle with sharing your authentic truth, and deep down you're afraid of feeling embarrassed or judged by other people, you know, it's time to just reflect and figure out why you're afraid. What are you deeply afraid of? Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of, you know, everything comes down to when you were a child. So there must be something that you went through as a child. Matter of fact, there is something you went through when you were a child that's causing you to feel that you can't be yourself now. And if you want to discover what that is, I invite you to write me or shoot me an email, and we can work together and I can help you and discover what that is, since I'm a hypnotherapist and I guide you to get you to your subconscious mind so that we can work on that and discover what that truly is, if you're truly ready to discover what that is. But if you're not that ready, then I would just suggest to connect with your inner child. Your inner child is your truth. Your inner child knows you better than you know yourself. So maybe take some time to journal and reflect what you did as a child, what made you happy, what made you lose track of time, what did you enjoy? Because that right there will help you understand who you are at this very moment. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I am, ooh la la, did I do this right? Okay, I did. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this little get ready with me. Look at that. Look at that. How quick was that? See what a little blush lip liner could do, or lip stain can do? Keep it simple, keep it classy, stay true to yourself, honor yourself, stay loyal to yourself, respect yourself, and honor everything about you, what you think, what you say, what you do. You matter so much, and you have such a huge impact in this world, and this world is waiting for you to start shining, for you to be you, be beautiful, be yourself. All right, so show up. And again, if you're struggling a little bit with that, I invite you to just reach out to me, or choose to do some journaling prompts. Take some time to go within yourself and discover what's blocking you from being that authentic version of you. What did you go through? And really just reflect on how you can become better, because every single day we have a chance to begin again, start fresh and start new, forgive, forget, and move on, because we're better than that. All right, so I'm sending you love, I'm sending you light wherever you are in the world, with all the love from me to you. Peace. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.